So today I will be reviewing Mariah's World Season 1, Episode 7. Of course, the whole series is about Mariah's life behind the scenes as she's on tour. On paper, it sounds very simple, but it's not. So let's go into this week's episode scene by scene. The opening scene starts with Tanaka. He was very down and depressed because he found out that he had a crack in his patella, which is his knee. And as you know, like we all need our knees, but he really needs his knees because he's a dancer. So that had to be devastating news to him to learn he would be out of commission. God knows how long, because you can't really put a time limit on healing. So that had him really down. But on top of that, he was really down because after seeing Mariah and James all hugged up at the restaurant. I mean, that poor boy, he couldn't take it. He was down. Like, I really thought he was going to go on suicide watch. Like, it was bad. And I felt bad for him. I was like, oh, poor boy. You know, and even Stella was like, I usually don't catch feelings because Stella strikes me as the type that will, like a pit bull in heat. If you make her mad, ain't no telling what she might do. But she wasn't acting that way towards Tanaka. Even though she clearly wants him to stay away from Mariah, she even felt bad for him. I mean, the boy it was sad. And when he started saying he thought he might go home, I was like, no! Tanaka, please don't go home. Please. Because for some reason, and I probably got the same problem that Stella has. Mariah has sucked me into her world. I mean, I don't know what it is about her. She's just very endearing. Because if I would have took just another person and put her in that situation, I would have had a whole different conversation. I would be like, that girl knows she engaged, and da-da-da-da-da. But something about Mariah, they say that some stars have that star quality and they can't put their finger on what it is. And that's what's going on with Mariah. She's very endearing. I mean, the things that she does, I would have crucified somebody else. But not only am I not crucifying her, I'm starting to, shall I say, not like, maybe get used to the Tanaka situation. All right, maybe there's this tiny bit of like them two together. Just tiny, that's all I'm into. Just this much. That's not even a lot to see. That ain't even a lot. So moving on. Everybody noticed that Tanaka was not himself, and they wanted to cheer him up, so they decided to bring him on the stage, and Mariah can give him like a little lap dance type thing. And that's all it took to get him back to wanting to stay on the tour. I don't know if that's what did it, but it really pepped him back up. And then we had our old Tanaka back. Now, I know I'm very deranged. I said our, as if I know these people. Like, I really need my head examined. Like, I was like really acting like I was one of the crew. I was laughing at the jokes. I wanted to sample the weed that they were smoking when they went to Amsterdam. I thought it was hilarious how they played a prank on one of the dancers that got a little too high, and they wanted him to think that he slept with Mariah and one of the other did. Like, I'm laughing, I'm talking. I might need some Prozac. Like, something is really wrong. Like, I'm really like that. Because it was just funny. It was very, very funny. Like, it's uplifting. I don't know. I ought to be ashamed of myself. But I was having a good time watching them act a fool. It was really funny. So it was good that they brought Tanaka out of his depression, because depressed Tanaka is just, no, it's sad because, you know, we really like him, and you just don't want to see him sad. So it was good that they brought him back to life. moved on, and everybody started enjoying themselves again, except for one other person. And we'll talk about that in the next scene. Now it's time to talk about Marianne and Anthony. So Marianne was upset because Anthony didn't want her 5-year-old son on the bus with the rest of the dancers. And that totally makes sense. I mean, 5-year-olds are annoying. Period. I don't care whose kid it could be my 5-year-old, it could be 5-year-olds are annoying. But they're extremely annoying when you're on tour and you want to go to the after party and you want to get in it whenever you get in and you want to drink on the bus or do what you got to do. Oh, Marianne, what is wrong with you? First of all, this is what I'm thinking. Marianne, she just looks mean. But this is before she even opened her mouth. She just got the mean look. I don't know what it is. What makes her look so mean? I don't know if it's the black lipstick. But Rihanna wore black lipstick. I wasn't scared of her. Something about, I don't know if it's the tone of the voice. But I was feeling sorry for Anthony. Like, Marianne kind of scared. I think maybe back, like maybe in her day, she used to be a bully or something, or maybe she's in the witness protection program and she just don't want anyone to ask her no questions, so she just walking around with a mean look on her face. But Marianne is very, very mean looking. And acting when she doesn't get what she doesn't want. So she approached Anthony and informed him how disappointed she was that he didn't want to take some 5-year-old on the bus that needs to be in bed by 8, that everybody got to whisper after 8. We can't even play cards. And Marianne was like, how dare you? Like, how dare you? How dare you? Marianne, stop bullying. That makes no sense. Like, that 5-year-old does not need to be on the bus with them young dancers. I don't know how they are, but they're in the partying stages. Like, what? But then, as if that wasn't bad enough. So then you walk around with an attitude. You won't make eye contact. You're mad. But then you told him, this is a crazy thing. I don't know if you went to Amsterdam with them and was eating the brownies laced with weed, or you really thought this was a good explanation. You told Anthony you were disappointed in him because as a black man, you wanted him to be a role model to your son. Who the hell told you he wanted to be a role model to your son? Like, please, what? Huh? No! You're a role model for your son. That just makes some guy that ain't got nothing to do with him, just some guy you work with, his role model. Marianne, you've been eating some of them brownies. It makes what? I'm just kind of proud of little Anthony because he was trembling when you came in the room. His knees was trembling. But I'm glad he held his ground because I don't know if you know this, Marianne, but that could come off bullyish. And I don't care how mean you look. No one likes a bully, okay? So I'm glad you apologized, even though your explanation was absolutely ridiculous. Maybe you just don't know how to come out and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Maybe you're the kind of person that have to always say, I'm a little bit sorry, but so are you. You know the type. Marianne, you might be the type that just can't admit when you're dead ass wrong. But at least you apologize. And at least he got his dancers on a single bus without a damn 5-year-old. What, that look like a daycare center? Ridiculous, Marianne. Ridiculous. Moving on. Moving on to the twins' birthday. The twins had a birthday. Them twins are, I say it every review, because they are so cute. She brought them on the stage. She gave them balloons. But the cutest little thing of all times is when she told her daughter to pose like mommy. And the little girl just went into action. It was so cute. I wish I had a daughter. Just not now. A little later on, you know. But if I had a daughter, I would want your daughter, Mariah, because she is too cute. Moving on. So Marianne cleared everything up with Anthony. The babies got their birthday. Everything was, Tanaka wasn't depressed anymore. And so with all those problems dwindling, it was time. Time to jump back into Mariah and Tanaka's seduction situation. Because, we can't go 5 minutes without it. They're on a tour bus and them two are right back at it. I mean, as if he forgot about the whole James Packer thing. Now, in the beginning, I used to feel so bad for James. I'd be like, what about James? Mariah, how you gonna do that to James? I always ask myself, what about James? This time I was like, who's James? That boy is so out of this picture at this point. He probably left because something probably happened. Either you got a snitch in your cap or he could pick up on vibes. He's a billionaire, so he's pretty smart. But he was out. And you can't say can't blame him. I mean, that just wasn't going to work. You were going to be marrying another Tommy Mottola. Even though James is nice, he's a businessman. He's busy. He doesn't have time to chase behind women. He wants women to have time to chase after his ass. So as sad as it is, I've come to terms with this. That ship ain't gonna work. The two ships passed in the night. That's over. So now we're gonna see where this whole Tanaka and Mariah thing goes. But the last scene, they're right back at it. Fondling, sitting on the lap. She had the wine, And so they're right back where they started. And then Stella, as if she didn't listen to me again, is right back being concerned about it. I done told you, Stella, leave it alone. Let it go. Just let it go. Because there's no stopping Mariah and Tanaka. So we'll see how this carries on next week. But I'm still loving the show. The show makes me crazy. It makes me talk to myself. It makes me laugh. The show, this is the first reality show. Because, there's other entertaining shows. But this makes me run through a gamut of emotions. Makes me nuts. So next week, I'm going to watch this again. Might take a little Xanax. And go ahead and see where this is headed. Until then, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.